Hey Truth Seekers, welcome back. Zach here. In this video, I want to talk about the unveiling of the Satanic statue Sunday, July 26th, 2015. By the end of this video, you will understand why the statue was unveiled on this specific date, why in Detroit, Michigan, and why it is the length, the height that it is, and why it is made out of bronze. We'll discuss all that and more. There's very much coded into this incident. And with regards to coding, let's get into it by watching the nightly news coverage from Detroit the night of the unveiling. Notice the video length uploaded by the station is 2 minutes and 32 seconds long. That's interesting because the word Satan has Jewish gematria of 232. And as we watch this video, we will see that much more is coded within. Let's take the time to watch real quick.
Hundreds of people turned out tonight for the unveiling of a very controversial statue.
Yeah, it really is. The Satanic Temple of Detroit revealed the 1-ton bronze statue. Their message, they say, more about laws protecting religious freedom than about Satan. Priya Mann joins us live. Priya, I know there were some protesters out there this evening. Did the event remain calm?
Steve Sander, Detroit police say this was a relatively peaceful event. There were a few protesters early on that tried blocking the door so people couldn't get in to get tickets. They were told to step back, which they did. The Satan statue will be unveiled tonight at a secret location. As a small group of protesters prayed, hundreds waited for tickets to the unveiling of an 8-foot-tall bronze statue of a goat-headed Satan. Most of the people here agree with the teachings of the Satanic Temple, the group responsible for the event.
It's here, it's in Detroit, and this is fantastic that we get to experience this and we get to see this amazing statue be unveiled for all the world to see.
Many tell us they feel misunderstood and are quick to point out they do not worship the devil.
Mostly about individuality. So the one thing I don't like is the backlash, but they have no knowledge or have no ears open to listen to it.
Protesters took the heavy rainfall as some sort of sign and even brought their own statue of an angel crushing the devil.
Western culture, Western civilization was built by the Catholic Church. So for them to come out and want to make a statement that all of this is horrible, it's rotten, they don't. I feel sorry for them. I really, really feel sorry for them.
I think it's like an unabashedly anti-Christian event, but I have no problem with that. Just like I don't really have a problem with protesters standing outside telling me I'm gonna go to hell.
The unveiling here in Detroit is historic. The Satan statue has never before been seen publicly. The Satanic Temple says the statue is a symbol for what they advocate, the separation of church and state.
This country was based on religious freedom, and tonight in what the temple is doing, this is a celebration of true religious freedom.
Now, it's important to note that the Satan statue will not stay here in Detroit. The Satanic Temple wants to take the statue to Arkansas. At the state capitol there is a monument to the Ten Commandments. They want to put the statue next to it as a form of protest. So again, the Satan statue will not stay here in Detroit. Reporting live, I'm Priya Mann, Local 4.
All right, the controversy will move south. Thank you.
Yep, move south down to the Bible Belt where it will surely infuriate many Christians. So, real quick, Truth Seeker, I want to show you what was coded by Detroit's nightly news by having Priya Mann cover this incident. Notice the name Priya has Pythagorean gematria of 33, a number coded so often in nightly news anchors, so often their names and interesting spellings sum to 33. But the name Priya Mann in English gematria takes the cake because it sums to 666. This date, July 26, 2015, was Obama's 6th year, 6th month, 6th day in office. There were a lot of 666 tributes this day. I did a video on the death of Bobby Christina Brown, which also happened on this day. It was connected to the number 666 in Mark of the Beast. Also, a video I did was on the debut of I Am Kate, the transition of Bruce Jenner becoming a woman named Caitlyn. That episode, the I Am Kate, begins with the number 432 right on the screen. And Bruce Jenner mentions the word at the beginning. What's interesting about that number is if you add its reflection, 234, it sums to 666. 432 reflects 234. Put it together, 666. This coding was all abound on this day, July 26th, 2015, and there's a very good reason for that, which we're getting to. Notice, Truth Seeker, that this statue was created in New York, which is where the Church of Satan is headquartered. New York was established in history on July 26th, 1788. Notice that date, July 26th, just like the unveiling of the Satanic statue. Notice that Revelation in English gematria sums to 726. Revelation is the 66th book of the Bible. The 66th book. New York is the 11th state. When you sum 1 through 11, Truth Seeker, it adds to 66, like Revelation being the 66th book of the Bible. Also, notice how Revelation has simple English gematria of 121. 121. New York's establishment date, 7/26/88. 7 plus 26 is 33, plus 88 more is 121. So New York's establishment date has yet another connection to Revelation, both the date July 26th and the numerology of 121. Also, Truth Seeker, Revelation in the Bible is based on the 39 books in the Old Testament. 39 books in the Old Testament is what Revelation's based on. I just want to point out that New York's establishment date, July 26, 1788, digit for digit has numerology of 39. Just like the Pythagorean gematria of the word New York. New York's the empire state. Pythagorean gematria, empire equals 39. The simple English gematria of the acronym NY is 39. The United Nations, 39 floors tall in New York. 39 books in the Old Testament, as we said. 39 signers on the Declaration of Independence. The Bill of Rights was originally 39 proposals on a date with 39 numerology, proposed by Madison. Madison, a name with 39 gematria. These numbers are very important, Truth Seeker. By studying these numbers is how I came to be convinced long ago that the United States was based on Revelation and Old Testament, elements from the Bible. And here we find these same numbers being very important to this statue, this Baphomet, revealed July 26th. Notice that the statue is 8.5 feet tall, Truth Seeker. 8.5 feet tall. 8 feet is 96 inches. 6 more inches is 102 inches. And interestingly enough, United States of America sums to 102, Pythagorean gematria with the S exceptions. On September 11th, in New York City, the terrorist attacks lasted 102 minutes. Another way to say 102 minutes is an hour and 42. The word terrorist equals 142 in simple English gematria. But again, those attacks lasted 102 minutes in a nation that has gematria of 102. And recall that on that date, there was a Flight 93, the reflection of 39, Flight 93 of 33 passengers, and prior to 9/11, there was a 93 World Trade Center bombing. Also, the first flight to hit the World Trade Centers was Flight 11 that hit floors 93 through 99. These numbers 39 and 93 are very important. The new building there called One World Trade Center has gematria of 93. The New York Times equals 93. Notice its alternate name, Freedom Tower, has gematria of 66. 66, another very important number. We said Revelation was the 66th book of the Bible. The Church of Satan was established in the year 66 in San Francisco before relocating to New York City. See how all those numbers come together? So check this out, Truth Seeker. Think about how they revealed this statue on a Sunday. Sunday, the day of worship for Christians, at least in modern times. Even though the Bible says you're supposed to worship on Saturday, for whatever reason, Christians worship on Sunday. And that change was made in the 4th century by the Catholic Church, pushing the day of worship from Saturday to Sunday. Notice that Detroit, Michigan has gematria of 155, just like Christianity. I think this is all part of the mocking of Christians in this event. Also notice it's a statue of a Baphomet. Baphomet has simple English gematria of 80, just like the word bronze. The statue is bronze. And what's interesting about 80 is that it has simple English gematria of 74, like Lucifer. Lucifer, very much a part of Satanism. One of the most popular satanic chapels in the nation is the one located in Los Angeles, which is on Michigan Avenue. Notice Michigan. The statue was revealed in Detroit, Michigan. And also notice how their phone number begins with 323, a lot like Lucifer in Jewish gematria. So much coding, Truth Seeker. These Satanists are very much numerologists. Again, Freemasonry, Zionism, it is Satanism in disguise, relabeled, rebranded, hidden. Let me read this to you real quick about the history of the Baphomet. Baphomet is a term originally used to describe an idol or other deity that the Knights Templar were accused of worshiping, and that subsequently was incorporated into disparate occult and mystical traditions. It appeared as a term for a pagan idol. I want to point out that the word pagan has gematria of 39, just like Wicca. Pagan idol in trial transcripts of the Inquisition of the Knights Templar in the early 14th century. And again, Knights Templar are the original Freemasons. If you go to the Freemason website, they deny that this is true. They say that no point in history did Knights Templar or Freemasons worship a Baphomet. But again, remember, Freemasons, Knights Templar, these are secret organizations, and they do not reveal their truths. So even if it is the truth, they have all the reason to deny it. And again, there's many people who have dropped out of Freemasonry saying that it is Satanism in disguise. Notice that Baphomet also connects to Sabbatic goats. There's a reason that concerns me, Truth Seeker. There was another event earlier this year in the United States, the blasting of this gigantic goat onto the Hoover Dam. And they made the image 39,000 square meters, that number 39, which is specific to New York and Arizona because they are the only two states with gematria of 39. They put up this 39,000 square meter of the goat in the month of May, the only month with 39 gematria. Makes you wonder what it's all about. I've pointed out how Hoover Dam has Jewish gematria of 928, kind of like the date September 28th, which is the date of the final blood moon. Just something to think about. Also, this logo belongs to the football team FC Cone, which has this gematria. This logo in Jewish gematria also ties to the words America, demon, and 8. Interesting. Interesting. In the Bible, it is Revelation 3:9 that references the synagogue of Satan. I will make those who are the synagogue of Satan, who claim to be Jews, though they are not, but are liars. I will make them come and fall down at your feet and acknowledge that I have loved you. Truth Seeker, you can look this up on YouTube. There are videos of Orthodox Jews protesting against Zionist Jews, saying how they have stolen their faith and through lies and deceit have fooled the world, especially by creating the Zionist state of Israel, which is something that directly goes against the Jewish faith and the Torah. So what I'm saying to you is, these false Jews, this synagogue of Satan, They truly are the Zionist Jews. They are the people who control our media, our movies, our music, our governments. They are the culture creators. They control our schools as well. Show you something, truth seeker. Christians, I always admit that I could be wrong. I always admit that I could be wrong. But I want you to notice something. The synagogue of Satan, as referenced in Revelation, based on the 39 books of the Old Testament, has gematria of 223. Now, you can go to the Christianity.com website. You can research this. You can verify this yourself. The most commonly credited publishing date of the first Bible is the date of March 22nd. In other parts of the world where the date's written first, that's 22/3, like the synagogue of Satan. That Bible that was published on that date is called the Gutenberg Bible, which in Pythagorean gematria sums to 66. Again, the Bible is 66 books in length, Revelation being the final book. By studying this is how I came to assert that the United States was created based on the numbers of Revelation. And with each passing day, I find more and more evidence to support this theory. And just think about what's done to us here in the United States of America, Truth Seeker, from a very young age. We are programmed, we are taught many terrible things for us. And the people who do that are people who are obviously not interested in the well-being of humanity, but in the interest of themselves and maybe a select other few. And look at what this statue shows. Children looking up to Satan. In this world, that is done to kids in so many different ways, mostly through television, movies, music, the poisons that's put in the food. These are all the things that the synagogue of Satan controls. And that's all embodied here in this statue, this tribute to Satan that has numbers that sync up with the United States of America. Even here, little things, Truth Seeker. Look at how the statue, this image was put out in the media July 6th, 20 days before its unveiling. If you write the day first, that becomes 6/7. I just want to point out that the word Satanic has gematria of 67. Revelation, Pythagorean with the V exception, also sums to 67. Are you seeing how this all comes together, Truth Seeker? There's no doubt in my mind that we live in a satanic, perversely sick society. And I think these tributes coming at this time are just, revelations, if you will, in a very bleak moment of this nation's history. A history that's been bleak for many years, because this has been a nation at war since almost its very beginning up until the present. And something I've always understood about this nation long before I started studying gematria and seeing all these other clues right before our eyes was that this nation was born out of a genocide. A nation born out of a genocide. How could anything good come from that, Truth Seeker? For those of you who are fans of Dabu7, this is the video he did on the statue. A little bit shorter than my video, but notice he also went with that length of 232 like Satan. Quite certain that Dabu7 is a shill disinformation agent. Maybe even hooked up with the Church of Satan himself. So please come to know these numbers. Come to know these skills of numerology and gematria. By understanding them, we can begin to see through this agenda more clearly than we've seen before. It's a very sick agenda being waged against us. These people are very arrogant. These people have edited our understanding of this world through what has been taught to us in schools, in religious texts, and more. For my fellow Christians, I thoroughly challenge you to investigate what I am presenting and to think more about your holy book, the Bible. I will admit there's a lot in the Bible that I like very much, but there's other things that I read that really make me scratch my head and ask myself, could this truly be the Word of God, or is it the word of madmen? Because parts of the Bible give me the feeling that it is the work of madmen, such as this synagogue of Satan, who continues to torment us with these stories coded with these numbers. Please watch my other videos on Obama's speech in Kenya on this date, on the debut of Bruce Jenner's show, I Am Kate, and also on the death of Bobby Christina Brown. This July 26th date is a major date. It's the date the FBI was established, the date New York was established, which is the most culturally powerful state in the nation, always has been. All of this information is important. All of it needs to be known by the masses. A real agenda is being waged against us. We must wake up. The time is now. We can't have children looking up to Lucifer, truth seeker. We need to give future generations something better. For those of you who think I'm a shill and are a skeptic of me, you should know that I do this work because I truly want to make this world a better place. I'm someone who really loves kids, but I do not have any kids myself because since I was a boy, I've seen that this world is hell on earth, and I haven't wanted to bring any children into it. As fun as it is to be a kid, it's not fun to be an adult and wake up to the reality of this world. It's not a burden anyone should have to bear, but all of us truth seekers, all of us who are awake, we do bear it. And what we have to do next is overcome it. For the children. Truly. All right, until next time.